You've got my glasses like sliding into the screen. Scoot. No,
we can also just do this,
that might be. Wait, what? That's worse.
Oh yeah, curved screen.
Curved screens. Alright, but we're both in the view, so that's fine. So, changing it up, we are seeing Alon Schuur, who is going to play against the Jelle Lauwers. We just got their deck lists. Alon, of course, on his trusty mono red deck, as we can be expecting, but Jelle with a very spicy brew, Bant Feinemare, or Bant Hexproof, as he likes to call it himself. It's such an amazing list. So it's basically your green-white aggressive list. You've got your Danto Vanguards, you've got some ramp. You're packing Feinemares, of course, because hexproof. Then bring some enchantments to throw on them, Squire's Devotion on Sarah's Wings. And back it all up with 3 negates, 1 spell pierce. Have some chemisters and Sphinx's Insights to draw your cards. Oh, and also, you get to play fucking Teferi of Hero of Dominaria. Absolutely whack!
Wow.
I love this list.
Where's the Satyr?
The what?
Satyr enchant?
He would not be 3-1 if he was one.
Yeah, cool.
Loving the list. So yeah, Alon's list. We could go over that, but well, it's your stock mono red list. You've got your 8 card draw, 7 burn uncommon spells. You've got your usual rares, I think. Yep, he's still on his 3 creatures and a risk factor rare plan. Alright, so let's watch these players shuffle them up.
So let's hope that for next round we'll have Sultai Control versus Orzhov Aggro.
Yeah, well,
just to wrap up the meta game of coverage so
fair
far.
enough. But how many actual Sultai Control decks are there?
4.
4, okay. Well, Aaron is gone home already. I think Amuri is 2 and 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the others. I mean, you've still not...
I need a Dimir. I still need Dimir a Dimir-based control deck as well.
Which Gates list did you show in round 2? Was it just your straight-up creature-based Gates, more control-based Gates? Did it play red, black?
It was Lars's Gates.
Oh, yeah. So,
three,
Lars's Gates, which is Jens's Gates with 2 different cards. Yeah. So very creature-based.
List.
Yeah, the stock list. Because, as I said last round, Bant is playing a very, very interesting Gates list. With which he lost to Ian last round.
Yeah.
Because...
oh, yeah. So
for 9.
Hey, dag Floris. Ja, we zijn live.
Hoi, Flo.
Wist je dat Ixalan's binding in Gentry zit sinds Ixalan?
Ja.
Zot, hè?
Ja.
Look, I was not saying that Ixalan's binding has been in Gentry since Ixalan. I was saying that since its release in Ixalan, it's been played in Gentry.
I know.
Not that it was available, but that it was actually played by people. Anyway, people are drawing their opening hands.
Any cock. What? You're the first one who said a bad word. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, that is true. I realized that as I said it.
Yeah.
Okay, they're off.
To the races!
Almost stole your line again.
They hopped on.
Boom! Firebrands! Down to 19.
Oh no. It's Alan. I'll have to type quickly.
Yep. I mean, this is the first mono red deck you have in the feature match, right?
Yes.
Yep. Very fitting for it to be Alan, of course.
Yeah. So,
Wax for 1 again. Sets his opponent down to 19. Activates his Spectacle. And let's see. There we go. Light up the stage. Draw 2 cards, basically. And it's a mountain and a shock. Look at that. Just what you want to be seeing if you're in Alan's seat here. And Jelle already down to 18. Oh, and a Spear Spewer for Alan. I missed that because of the microphone boom. So a Spear Spewer for Alan. Spear Spewer, interesting card. It doesn't, it doesn't actually attack in any way, shape, or form. That is better. But It does ping for 1 every turn, meaning you get to activate Spectacle whenever you want. Shock! Shock! In the meantime,
My secret crush.
Jelle played another tap land. Alon goes, shock your face down to 16, play Lava Runner, hit you for 3, go down to 13. Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't even need a soundboard with this guy next to me.
Okay. Hey, you're color and play-by-play, right? Okay, so what's Jelle gonna do? He's got 2 mana, has not played the land for the turn, can do a lot of things. What is his plan to stop the mono-red onslaught from Alon's side? A Danto Vanguard and a Forest and a Llanowar Elf. Wow, deploying many things. So Danto Vanguard, in most matchups this guy just never dies. That is not what you're looking for. In most matchups, a Danto Vanguard does not die because you just pay 4 life and it survives. Against mono red, you usually do not really care about your Vanguard dying. As Alon deploys the shock on the Vanguard, Jelle now needs to make the choice whether he wants to block her more or 4
type
life.
Llanowar Elf and I get a German one.
Yes, because you typed Llanowar Elf without the space.
No.
Huh.
I don't know why it's giving me the German one.
Well, very odd. So, shock is on the stack. Jelle is considering whether or not to pay 4 life. Very interesting decision because it would put him down to 8. But, of course, it means he gets to keep the Vanguard around to block next turn. The question being, is that relevant enough? How much damage is the Vanguard going to soak? Because you are obviously, if you want to survive, you pay 4 life. Okay, Jelle decides to pay the 4 life, goes down to 8 on untapping the team.
Best shock ever, burns for 4.
Yep.
Hey, we have another follower, Empathy MTG. Welcome on board the longboat. Grab an oar and join the adventure.
And while that was happening, Alon sacrifices Firebrand to clear the elf out of the way. Interesting thing. I don't know if I completely agree with the play, but sure. Oof. And that's the game. 6 damage. So what happened here, the attack with the Lava Runner knocked Jelle down to 6, activated Alon's Spectacle, allowing him to cast Skewer the Critics, sending him down to 3, Shock, sending him down to 1, and then activated the Spirit Pure for the final damage.
Okay, sideboard time, because that's where decks generally
so
run away from.
Check Alon's list first, because I have played mono red, so I can probably give more of an insight than with Jelle's list. So Alon in the sideboard has access to Active Treason 2 times, Bombard 3 times, 2 Burning Tree Vandals, 2 Deface, 1 Mountain, 2 Radiating Lightnings, I should say, and 3 Shivan Fire. So Active Treason is absolutely not coming in, I would not think. Alon probably doesn't exactly know what Jelle is up to, but has not seen any big guys. He's going down the Bombards, not that interesting. Burning Tree Vandals, not that interesting. Deface, neither. The Mountain might come in because he is on the draw, but then the Radiating Lightnings, those are definitely coming in. I mean, he's seen mostly Selesnya cards, your typical token creating guild, so Radiating Lightning is a very interesting card here. We see Alon wants to board in 3 cards, interesting, so it is possible that he's bringing in the Mountain and the 2 Radiating Lightnings.
Just 4 mana on the Radiating.
Yeah, I know. But there's also 3 Shivan Fire in his sideboard that he might want to consider bringing in, of course. You do not necessarily want to bring in 6 cards because mono red is just such a very... Oh.
I see 6 cards on the table.
Oh, I thought that was 3 coming in, 3 coming out. So there's 6 cards on the table, meaning it's very likely that he is also bringing in the Shivan Fires to deal with, for example, as we saw last game, the Adanto Vanguards, the Llanowar Elves, because Alon absolutely recognizes the importance of killing the Llanowar Elf turn 1, or, as they say, bolt the bird.
Bolt the bird. And that brings us to the other deck. So we're looking at what Jelle has to change in. We have 3 Crushing Canopies.
Could be coming in.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think they're too slow.
Yeah, I agree.
3 Bishop Soldiers, which
coming
are
in
here for that reason.
Yes, 2 mana, 2/2. Lifelink.
Adamant Will, Pump Spell.
Pump Spell with Indestructible. Probably not good enough.
Counters burn spells on your creatures, but
yeah, I don't know if that's good enough.
He has to tap out to be on the board.
Exactly, so. And you also, I mean, how much can you really board out of this deck?
So we have one Daybreak Chaplain.
Definitely coming in, yes.
1/3
Dodges the shocks.
lifelink, Bring to trial. No.
No.
It's removal for big guys. Blast Light. No.
Same
Celestian Locket. You know.
interesting sideboard card, not coming in the matchup.
One negate.
Negate might be coming in, yeah. Coming up to the full
Scatter,
4.
Probably coming in.
Yep.
There's something missing here. Something I expected to find
Yes,
here.
Healing Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, the absolute powerhouse against mono red. It is possible that Jelle just doesn't really know of the existence of this card. It is a card that is not seen in limited, not seen in standard in any other format. If he hasn't really played a lot of Gentry recently, I mean, his opponents would never have boarded in even if he played. So if he's not really been into the meta, it's very possible that he just does not know of the existence of that card or of the power of that card against mono red. As we've not seen here on Feature Match because mono red hasn't come out, but Healing Grace, an absolute powerhouse in the matchup. If you'd like to pull it up, Gentry lovers will probably recognize the card. Basically, in a lot of situations, this is almost a time walk against mono red. It prevents 3 damage from a source. Usually that's a Wizard's Lightning, a Lightning Strike, stuff like that. And it also gains you 3 life. Skewer the critics, yeah. So the ideal situation is counter your burn spell and gain 3 life for a single white mana, which is in and of itself amazing. But there's also other situations like in this game where Alan goes turn 1 Firebrand, ping you for 1, turn 2, I don't have a second land, swing with Firebrand to trigger Spectacle. And if you didn't just go Healing Grace, okay, you're only saving yourself from 1 damage, but you're making them not trigger their Spectacle, which is huge if they want to play that turn 2 light of the stage to hit their lands.
Yeah.
Which with these streamlined mono red decks running only the 19 mountains is very often a play they have to make because they often have to keep a 1-lander. So it's very interesting. Healing Grace is very interesting, very strong card in the matchup, so it's interesting to see Jelle not included here.
Yep. So we're ready for game 2. Our players are taking their opening 7s.
Yes. And they should reset the life counters. Look at that, they're doing it straight away.
It's like they know. So, story time. Alan Schuur. Mainstay embodiment of Gentry.
Absolutely.
Started with the league, got into Gentry as his first format, graduated rather successfully into regular standard.
Oh,
and
absolutely. MKM series last weekend, semi-finals of the main event of standard with the trusty mono red deck, which by the way his standard list 8 cards different from this list, I think.
6.
So 6 cards, yeah. It's even crazier. Yeah. So yeah, it's very, very clear that Alan is an absolute beast with mono red.
Won the 3rd edition of the Gentry Open.
3rd Gentry Open won by Alan.
2 years ago now.
That is crazy. I know it's 2 years ago because...
And that was the season he started playing.
Yeah. I think...
No. He started playing 2 months before that season started.
Yeah.
Then won the leaderboard, then won the Gentry Open, then won the Invitational.
Yeah. And that was not with mono red though.
No,
that was with red-green energy. Yep, which was his pet deck back then. And he's proven to be a very consistent player in both deck choice and play skill with said deck. Yeah. So both players going to 6, by the way.
Yeah, between red-green energy and mono red, he tried to start playing some control, learned a lot from it, and then deserted it again and was like,
I just don't enjoy it, even though I might be able to play it perfectly. I don't enjoy it, and I mean, he's 3-1, up a game in his basically winning, and probably should be able to draw next round if the winner here. Should be able to
our top 4 players already are in the drawing bracket.
I've already explained that while you were picking the new match.
Did we get the names as well?
Yes, I mentioned everyone. It's helpful that I'm running around between the players.
So one of them we already saw. That's Ian.
2 actually. Arthur also played last round. Yeah. In the meantime, Alan Lava Runner into Pyromancer, but Druid of the Cowl on Jelle's side, accelerating his mana and making Alan unable to attack properly. Followed up with the Adanto Vanguard and a tap land. So Adanto Vanguard, as we discussed last game, you're not as likely to pay life to keep it around against mono red as against the other matchups. But obviously it still attacks for a bunch of damage, should it get through. Okay. Alan deciding what to do with this 2 mana. Deploy another Pyromancer, send Jelle down to 16, and looks to be passing the turn. Yep, passing the turn. Jelle now 4 mana up, possibly 5 if he plays a land. A lot of his cards are becoming live, and this is where the Vanguard gets interesting. Because once you attach a Squire's Devotion to that thing, you're fine paying the 4 life every single time, because that thing will start beating in for 4 lifelink damage.
Yeah, it pays
And
back.
there we go, as predicted. Is Squire's? There it is.
Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, Scryfall.
Yeah. Well,
Plug!
Gatherer does it as well.
Okay, well,
And Gatherer defaults back to your cursor in the search bar,
okay.
which is better.
Yeah, well, Scryfall is.
It's faster. It's a lot
There you
faster.
go. There you go. So, attacks with the Vanguard. Alan blocks with the Pyromancer. Jelle decides, pay 4 life, indestructible, gain 4 life again with the lifelink. Boom! Oh, and also, Squire's Devotion not only gives it lifelink and +1/+1, it also gives it a 1/1 token. So,
With
Alan,
lifelink.
Alan decides to just pay full retail for the light of the stage, exiling 2 lands. This is looking pretty rough.
So
Boom. Same thing here on Jelle's side. Decides to attack 4/4. So decides to pay the 4 life for the Vanguard to become indestructible, killing the Pyromancer Alan, and then pass the turn back to Alan after deploying a Vinemare, the 5/3 hexproof, and can be blocked by black creatures. Not as relevant in this particular matchup. Alan plays one of the Exiled Mountains, and is now trying to find a winning line here, staring down an impressive attacking force.
it's funny how Vinemare's best friend used to be blue, and now suddenly it's white.
Yeah, it's almost like giving it lifelink is good. After Jelle deploys on Sarah's Wings on Divine Mare, making it a 6/4 flying vigilance lifelinker, poised to gain 10 life a turn. Alan says, well, you know what, I'm done with this game, let's go to game 3.
I like how Alan was already scooping,
Yeah.
and Yellow was just no.
I'll
playing
attack,
this
gate
and
10.
declaring attack.
Yep.
So you're staying in here with me.
Exactly. So we're changing here from on the play to on the draw, and players might want to change their sideboard, as we see Alan doing. I think we know pretty well what he's going to be bringing out. So surprisingly,
Which is the fourth player I'm missing? Ian, Jelle, Arthur?
Ruben notes.
Of course.
So, interestingly, we see Alan here taking out 2 Radiating Lightnings back into the sideboard, but not the mountain. So decides he wants to stay on 20 lands for game 3.
4 mana for the lightning.
I know, he took them out, but he didn't. He took them out now for game 3 to be on the play, but he left in mountain number 20. Which is an interesting choice, because I don't think there's any other card in your deck, for which you want to have that 20th mountain. Jelle decided his configuration for game 2 was good enough for game 3 as well, and they are shuffling up for a 3rd game.
You know how it goes when with the sideboarding.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What?
Yeah, you can't hear it.
Oh yeah. You know what? I am very happy to not be able to hear your sideboard.
My sideboard?
Your soundboard.
I barely use it.
And good too. Alright, so the most boring part of Magic, shuffling.
Everybody shuffling. Have you ever seen that clip with Brian Kibler?
No?
There's a clip, Brian Kibler shuffling with
Alright,
everybody shuffling.
I'll check that after the match.
Also, as a little update for you, so we know 4 people in the top 8.
Yes.
We also know a lot of people who won't be making it in the top 8.
Yes.
This guy isn't the only big rolling Gentry player that has struggled in this event.
No, let's see. Round 2 we lost Aaron Fontaine, previous winner. Round 3 we lost me, Bob Jacobs, who went 1 and 2, Tom de Waal, who went 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. We lost Niels van der Velde also after round 2 at 0 and 2.
Right, I didn't even see
so we lost a lot of top players.
Peter Steenbeek is still in, right?
I think he's still in, but I think he was only at 2 and 2 or something similar.
X and 2 as well.
Lars Meesen is still X and 1 though. He's still live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of mainstays that have just been swept out of the tournament.
So, a lot of these people are ingrained in metagame, and the metagame has been dictating pretty firmly that there's 3 top decks.
Yes, Hordes of Aggro, 4-color gates in a couple of different divisions,
Sure.
but mostly the same core concept, and then mono red.
And mono red. A lot of the people that came in and are doing really well are playing very different kinds of decks.
I thought you still did. Okay,
So we see way more mono blue than we usually see at events here.
I did expect that though.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, I talked
tested.
to you
I
last
tested a
week.
lot mono blue, especially after you mentioned it again. I was like, all right, I should test some more. So I tested against mono blue, but I think a lot of people might have underestimated mono blue as a thing, and I think a lot of people also just underestimated the amount of off-meta decks we'd be seeing.
Yes.
Because I think I talked about last round as well. I chose my deck to be able to still beat off-meta decks, even though I lose a lot of percentage points against Hordes of Aggro. In the meantime, Alan, pretty good start. Turn 1 Firebrand, turn 2 Firebrand light up the stage. Lava Runner with a Goblin Chain Whirler in exile. Jelle with a turn 2.
That's a bishop.
That's a Bishop Soldier. It's not a Bishop's. It's not a Bishop, it's a Soldier. A Soldier for the Bishop. So, Bishop Soldier, 2/2 lifelink.
Shock
So-
absorber.
That will always, at the
No
very least, be a
shock.
shock.
Ooh.
No shock,
No-
no
no
third land
burn?
for the Chain Whirler.
Wow.
Just the Lava Runner that can't even attack because it's only a 1/2.
I think
This one is firmly
yeah,
slipping
you
away from
can
Alan
2
after
for-
this.
You can 2 for 1 into that.
No. Absolutely not. This means Jelle has a turn to bring the shields completely up,
Yeah.
but doesn't do so. Passes the turn.
So either has a bunch of 4 mana things
Yeah,
or interaction.
Interaction, because he does have the semi-guild gate open, even though he can't really... And there it is indeed. The negate takes care of the shock on the Bishop Soldier. Alan, with the second instant or sorcery in the graveyard, still decides does not want to attack with the Lava Runners.
I would
I don't think that's
come
correct.
in
I
with
think
the
you
Lava
definitely
Runner.
swing with both, because you're not winning the long game against a deck that runs so many lifelink guys and lifelink enchantments as well. Because there's the Vinemare. That's step 1 to Jelle winning this game.
Yeah, we're one
We're one
on
lifelink
Sarah's
enchantment.
wings
Yeah.
away from.
Not even on Sarah's wings, just the Squire's Devotion would do the trick, I would believe. From Jelle just winning the game. So Alan still stuck on the 2 lands, still no attacks. Again,
This is game 3, right?
this is game 3, yeah. Did I say something else?
No, I was.
Yeah. So 5th mana for Jelle. Alan no longer able to attack because of the Vinemare. A 5/3 hexproof blocker just
Yeah.
absorbs your 2/2 attackers. So we've got to see what Jelle is going to do here.
We get this as a common. 5/3 4 mana hexproof without the black claws in War of the Spark. Oh, by the way,
I am very excited for War of the Spark.
it's
Me and Dylan Button are already theory crafting a little blue-green toolbox deck.
yeah.
Oh man,
I
that's gonna be
know.
so fun. I know we talked about this, but
Yeah.
it's for the stream, okay?
I was
so that looks very
considering
cool.
pre-ordering a foil playset. Just,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
juicy.
Jelle attacks with the Vinemare. Alan decides to double block. I think he's
correct
completely correct to do
decision.
that. I'm surprised Jelle attacked there. Given what we just said about the
Yeah, he
Vinemare
has
getting the
time,
lifelink
and-
enchantment.
and we know Alan doesn't have burn.
Yeah, I think that was Jelle maybe fearing a comeback from Alan a bit, trying to capitalize too strongly on Alan missing his land drops. Unless, of course, he does that.
Okay.
You
Well,
know?
we knew he had to have a lot of
Yeah.
4 mana plus.
Yeah.
cards in
Very
hand.
true, very true. So, Wizard's Lightning goes to the face, sends Jelle down to 15. I think Jelle's quite fine with that. I think Jelle just broke the life counter. And Jelle, and
pressed
other
the
Jelle
add
is now trying to
thing.
fix it.
Can you go?
I-
It's the
yeah.
add thingy. You
Yeah.
just need to close it. We had a beautiful view on the back of Sander's head. Nice little close-up of some dandruff. Ruff, ruff.
Oh no!
And a wild nest robber appeared.
Hello! Also, yeah, it was really difficult to get rid of the ad thing. I just had to press the back button.
Yes. It's very hard. It's
Okay, in the
very
meantime...
confusing. Nothing happened. They stopped playing for you.
Oh yeah, okay. Another bishop soldier, after the first one was shocked away, and a druid of the cowl. So, it's pretty clear that Jelle does not have lifelinking enchantment, which Alan must be happy to see, but I do not envy being in Alan's shoes right now.
I just was very amused because I typed cow druid and I got druid of the cow. Druid of the moon.
Really? Because with a cow druid, I'd more expect something like Loxodon Restorer.
Fair.
Anyway, Alan just passes the turn back.
You really learn to shortcut names.
I can imagine.
Once you start figuring out what a unique trunk is.
So an attack for 7 from Jelle's side with the lifelinker, but the lifelinker gets lightning striked. Alan having to use all of his burn spells here to get rid of the lifelinking creatures. Correct to do so, but a very painful thing to be doing anyway. So this is the second hit he takes from the Vine Mare, which is why he took 10 damage at once, because he forgot to do so last round. And there's a Karn, Scion of Urza. If anything is going to help Jelle dig towards that lifelinking enchantment, Karn will definitely do the trick. Though, of course...
It'll be in 2 tries.
Well...
Unless
Alan
was like, on Sarah's wing, Squire's Devotion. Pick your poison,
Alan,
sir.
surprisingly, does choose to give him the Forest for some reason, instead of on Sarah's Wings. I don't know why he would do that, but... Well, Alan looks at his hands, sees that on Sarah's Wings in exile, extends his hand because there's no way of beating that once it comes down. And that's the game.
And without Healing Grace.
Yep. Jelle Lauwers winning without Healing Grace.
I still think it's a better matchup with the Healing Grace.
I still think you want to play a Healing Grace, not the full 4 of probably, but I could definitely throw some cards out of that sideboard for some Healing Graces.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the Vine Mare plus enchantment is a really good way of just saying I win from here on out.
Yeah.